famous and tragic losses of the 20th century, the death of Diana, Princess of Wales. Now, before we get into this case, I want to say that while this is one of the most requested cases on Unsolved, it's still very much solved.
Bro, they killed Princess Diana, bro.
However, since Princess Diana was such a beloved figure and continues to be today, some maintain suspicions surrounding the circumstances of her death. So today, we're going to look into some of those circumstances to see if any merit a closer look.
You better tread lightly here, buddy. Otherwise, they're not going to let you back in to that old foggy town.
Why do y'all niggas still got queens and shit?
Is that a threat?
I think so. I'm speaking on behalf of England here. I think that's fair for me to do. She had her own Beanie Baby, so watch your mouth.
Hear me out here. I'm speaking on behalf of Batman and Robin. And I'm gonna tell you right now that the boys don't
talking to the
respond well
UK
to
niggas.
threats.
You're gonna beat me up because I told you shouldn't slander Diana, Princess of Wales.
Yes.
Okay, that's a choice.
Let's get into this.
Okay.
The Honorable Diana Frances Spencer was born in Norfolk, England on July 1st, 1961. The youngest daughter of then Viscount and Viscountess Althorpe, and therefore a member of the British aristocracy. The Honorable Diana became Lady Diana when her father inherited the earldom in 1975. Lady Diana attended boarding school in Kent, then finishing school in Switzerland until 1978. Afterward, Lady Diana moved into an apartment in London with some friends, going on to work as a kindergarten teacher at the Young England School.
Must be fun to be a young, sexy person in London. Huh?
You're not referring to us in London, right?
No.
She got all that money. Why she wanted to do
what
that?
happened to us in London.
Also interesting that she was obviously an aristocrat. She was, she was wealthy, had a title, and yet still living in an apartment with pals and a kindergarten teacher.
She wanted to be normal.
Cities in the world.
That is true. That is true. But a kindergarten teacher nonetheless.
True, yeah. Noble.
The Spencer family had known the royal family for years, as they were neighbors in Norfolk. However, Diana and her future husband, Prince Charles, didn't get to know each other until November 1977. Lady Diana's sister, Lady Sarah, who had dated the prince on and off for a while, invited Charles to a weekend with her family.
So wait, she wasn't royal family. She was just like in a rich family. Or am I missing something? You are so slow. Okay. Nobility. Okay. I always thought she was just like, so when she married this Charles nigga, that's when shit, okay.
At the time, Lady Diana was 16 and Charles was 29.
Cardi and Uzi. What the fuck? How can you even like...
Weirdness about the age difference aside, obviously
the age difference?
16 and 29. Obviously they have not maybe done something here. It is a red flag if they have. Either way, one of the things to talk about there is, do you think you could date somebody and not work, it doesn't work out, and then you just move on to the sister?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I could. That's strange.
What if you were dating them and you're like, man, this sister actually is the correct incarnation?
I thought you were going to say like, man, that sister's actually smoking hot.
That too. It's just a weird thing to do.
Well, he's a royal. He's like, yeah, whatever, I'll do whatever I want.
That's true.
He doesn't think about people's feelings. He's
fair.
a royal.
That's fair. Charles invited the two Spencer sisters to his 30th birthday in 1978, and the relationship between Lady Diana and the prince grew. On February 24th, 1981, it was announced the couple was engaged. 5 months later, on July 29th, 1981, the same month Diana turned 20, they were wed. Before their wedding, Diana could recall only having met with her husband 13 times.
Wow.
Less than a year later, Diana gave birth to Prince.
Bro, all these British niggas be ugly, bro. Like, I told y'all, big ass ears, fucked up teeth, big ass jaws, like them niggas, like them clay characters off that movie, that little cartoon movie, Rius and Grumpet or some shit like that. That's how I see all UK niggas every time they talk. I don't give a fuck, bro. That is my envisioned, engraved picture of y'all in my head every time I hear one of y'all talk. Y'all some Grumpet looking niggas. Wallace and Gromit. That's what that shit is. Wallace and Gromit looking ass niggas. That's what that shit is. Y'all niggas is so fucking ugly. Oh my God.
William, with Prince Harry following.
And they try to talk about black people. Y'all niggas is ugly. We don't even look like fucking niggas call us monkeys. Ironic.
A little more than 2 years after that. While suddenly being thrust into princessdom is a lot to handle, especially for a 20-year-old with no princess experience, the royal family was reportedly relieved to have some youth in the mix to help revitalize their stodgy public image. Princess Diana was adored by the public, famously given the nickname the People's Princess by former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair. She used her popularity to advocate and raise awareness for causes ranging from leprosy to domestic violence, from mental health to the AIDS crisis. I'm really glad we're past that whole leprosy kind of thing.
Leprosy? Not good.
That's a biblical thing.
Gotta put you on an island.
Yeah, could you imagine that?
I mean, doesn't sound half bad, honestly. The part where your skin falls off.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
good.
bad. It's like
sloughing, never fun.
No, not great. I'm glad
living
we're
on an
past that.
island with a bunch of your pals who are also sick. Pretty cool.
You're just describing a Saturday night at your
lady.
apartment. Her constant display of compassion meant she was able to capture the adoration of the public, in stark contrast to what was actually happening behind closed doors within the royal family. In a 1995 interview with the BBC, Princess Diana explained that, quote, "Anything good I ever did, nobody ever said a thing. Never said, well done, or was it okay? But if I tripped up, which invariably I did because I was new at the game, a ton of bricks came down on me." End quote. According to former royal correspondent for The Guardian, Stephen Bates, quote, "There was an air of desperation about the marriage. The fact they scarcely knew each other was a big problem, because the royals were so desperate to seize this potential asset that they didn't question whether she was up to the immense pressure."
Okay, not only are they like pedophiles, but like what he's saying basically, like she was gonna be like up to the immense pressure. They found a young woman, so like, cause eventually she gonna turn into the queen or some shit. So they wanted her to be young for that reason, so she could live long, basically grooming her to be not knowing what she was gonna be when she got older, or whatever the case may be. It's hella people in line, but if all them niggas die at the same time, she up next. Basically what I'm asking. Bro, I don't give a fuck about no age of consent. That don't make no shit right if a 29-year-old is fucking with a 16-year-old, nigga. If you gotta resort to the age of consent at your big age, you are doing something wrong, nigga. Something fucking wrong. It's weird. It's still fucking weird, nigga.
Pressure she was going to get. End quote. Queen Elizabeth II reportedly thought Diana would find adjusting to royal life relatively easy, as she had grown up in privilege. This, however, was not the case. Diana had gone from living in an apartment with friends.
That's what I think about it too. Like, y'all gotta think about it too. Like, you got sisters, your mom, nigga. Imagine your mom or somebody being in this situation. I think that's when people understand it better, but probably not.
To living in Buckingham Palace practically overnight, and the change was drastic and isolating. Between exercising and working on wedding plans, Diana spent most of her post-engagement days sitting around, bored and alone, the isolation contributing to a decline in her mental health. Soon after moving into Buckingham Palace, Diana began to struggle with bulimia. She publicly spoke about the eating disorder in an interview with the BBC in 1995, saying, quote, "You inflict it upon yourself because your self-esteem is at a low ebb, and you don't think you're worthy or valuable." End quote.
I mean, her whole situation was miserable. She seemed isolated and alone, which is already an issue. Like, I think these royals sort of live in a fish tank anyway, so as ghoulish as some of them seem, it's like, well, you know, their entire environment is awful.
When you're in the public eye under intense scrutiny every second of the day, and you don't have anybody in your corner behind the scenes.
Yeah, she doesn't even have any allies within the house.
So you're just isolated. I could totally see how that would lead you down a dark path. It also shows that when it comes to things like eating disorders, it doesn't. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how high or low you are on the totem pole of life, I suppose.
Yo,
Yes.
V Chrome
It's
Hearts,
sad to
fuck
see.
you.
To the
big guy.
public, Diana's struggles were largely invisible. Everyone wanted to believe in a perfect royal love story. So they did. On Diana's wedding day, hundreds of thousands of well-wishers lined the route from Buckingham Palace to the cathedral, hoping to catch a glimpse of the royal couple. The Archbishop of Canterbury commented that the wedding
Get his
was,
ass
quote,
did like
the
JFK.
stuff of which fairy tales are made, end quote.
Should have happened.
Meanwhile, Diana was suffering in private.
That guy was really reaching for a descriptor there. Wow, you really dug deep for that one. Wow, a prince and a princess got married. It's the stuff of fairy tales.
Yeah, he really
Oh, is it?
went deep in his bag for that bad boy.
Making matters worse for the princess, the one person she would have obviously looked to for help inside the palace, Prince Charles, was proving to be less than adequate company. According to the princess, her disordered eating began to develop after Charles placed his hand on her waist and remarked, quote, "A bit chubby here, aren't we?" End quote.
Wow.
Chuck? Chuck sucks.
Do not do that, ever.
In a post-engagement interview, Prince Charles explained that he, quote, gradually realized he would ask Diana to be his wife, and when asked if they were in love, Charles replied, quote, "Whatever in love means," end quote.
Again, I get that he's, doesn't have the greatest living situation. I'm sure things were equally difficult for him. Well, no, fuck him. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
He can go fuck himself.
Whatever Charles believed love to mean, he was apparently experiencing it with another woman, Camilla Parker Bowles. According to Diana's taped interviews with Andrew Morden, Camilla and Charles had dated in the early 70s, but the royal family discouraged
Make that your wife, nigga. She look your age.
the prince from marrying her due to her less than sterling reputation, lack of family title, and love of another man. Nevertheless, their romantic relationship continued behind closed doors. When Charles and Diana were married, the prince's relationship with Camilla was put on hold, though Camilla's influence over Charles continued. Shortly before her wedding, Diana found a personalized bracelet her fiancé had purchased for Camilla. Throughout her honeymoon, her new husband wore cufflinks given to him by his paramour. Diana later reported that during this time, her bulimia was horrible, and she would make herself sick just 2 minutes after eating anything. By 1986, it's believed that Charles had fully resumed his relationship with Camilla. A taped phone call from
I never knew
1989
this part
was
about the
later
story.
leaked to the press, in which Charles told Camilla he wished he, quote, lived in her knickers, end quote.
Now, aside from the fact that obviously he's not a great guy for cheating on his wife,
Yeah. It's just gross. Just
British pillow talk. Lived in her knickers.
Vile.
Could you imagine someone whispering that to you and then you not crawling out of your skin?
I wish I lived in your knickers.
That's what they call pants.
I'd be like,
Excuse me? Is he imagining like a Stuart
Or
Little
pennies?
situation?
Or
I don't know. It
pens.
seems like it would be a hot place to live.
This is a true crime show.
Yeah.
We're on season 8. That's the most disgusting, off-putting thing I've ever heard.
Call me sick and perverse, but I would like to hear more British sayings that they say to each other when it's like
Yeah,
a,
chime
a
off
heat, of
in
the
the
heat of the
comments.
moment.
Yeah.
Disgust me.
I mean,
okay?
usually it's just like, oh, I'm well chuffed.
Do I make you randy? Do I?
I wish I lived in your knickers, baby. Yeah.
That same year, Diana
Nah, he on
confronted
y'all
Camilla.
ass.
Camilla reportedly stood her ground, telling Diana, quote,
Austin Powers
"You've got
sounded
everything
that.
you ever wanted. All the men in the world fall in love with you, and you've got 2 beautiful children. What more do you want?" End quote. Reportedly, Diana famously responded, quote, "I want my husband." End quote. Years later, while speaking with the BBC, an interviewer asked how she coped with everything. Diana said she cried a lot and often, using her bulimia as a way to relieve some of the pressure. She also revealed she was so depressed that she at one point tried to kill herself. Stuck in a very public yet very unhappy marriage, Princess Diana began a relationship with Captain James Hewitt
Let's
of the
go.
Queen's Household Cavalry. By the late 80s, Diana and Charles's marital problems became public knowledge, and in December 1992, the Prime Minister announced the couple's amicable separation
Yes.
to the House of Commons.
As she
Charles
should.
and Diana officially divorced in August 1996.
I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she took a second shot at life to actually find some happiness. Maybe her son right now is taking a cue from her by leaving.
Warren, thank you for the
Good for her.
tier 1.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
A year after the divorce, Diana was on vacation in France with her partner, Dodi Al-Fayed, who, according to The Independent, Diana had met in 1986 when he was playing in a polo match against her then
That's a
husband,
Cartier box. I would know because I got one.
Prince Charles.
That's a good sick burn.
Yeah, it is.
Nice way to rub that in.
Should have been better at polo.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to do?
Yeah,
Date a loser?
It's cool. I like that.
Could you imagine if I was like in a
That's
one-on-one
my first
situation
flex,
and
like,
Mari
in a
told me,
long
you're going to
time.
play one-on-one
First
with
flex.
this guy, and if you lose to him, I'm breaking
You're out
up
of
with
the
you.
picture.
I'm breaking up with you, and I'm going to go with Chad.
I don't think that's the arrangement that they had, but
I don't know what the fuck
love it if
polo
that was
is.
the
I think it's where they hit
Shortly
balls.
after midnight on Sunday,
On
August
horses.
31st, Al-Fayed and Diana, along with bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones, left the Ritz Hotel in Paris.
Not the
Al-Fayed's father owned the hotel, and the head of security there, Henry Paul, was driving the group in a Mercedes-Benz, presumably to Al-Fayed's Paris estate. While approaching the entrance to a bridge, Paul lost control of the vehicle while being chased by paparazzi, reportedly driving 70 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone. The Mercedes
Come on now, bro. Come on now, bro. That don't even make sense.
slammed into a pillar in the center of the highway. Diana, Al-Fayed, and Paul were not wearing seatbelts. Paul and Al-Fayed were pronounced dead at the scene, while Diana and Rees-Jones were taken to the hospital. Many paparazzi who had been chasing the car chose to photograph the wreckage instead of trying to help the victims. Rees-Jones survived, but Diana's injuries proved to be more severe. The princess was suffering from a concussion, a broken arm, a cut thigh, and massive chest injuries. Doctors operated for 2 hours, but could not get the princess's heart to beat properly. Princess Diana passed away from internal bleeding the morning of August 31st. She was 36 years old and
Nigga just said, how don't you survive that? How don't you be a fucking asshole? 2-week ban, bitch.
survived by her
Rest
two
in
sons, Prince William, age 15, and Prince Harry, age 12. On September 6, 1997, 2.5 billion people, that's billion with a B, tuned in to watch the funeral procession for Princess Diana, one of the largest non-sporting television audiences ever. In the wake of her death, as can happen when the world struggles to come to terms with an unspeakable tragedy, conspiracy theories began to gain steam. Largely thanks to their publication in the Daily Express, rumors suggesting someone...
Damn, what about Michael Jackson? Wasn't Michael Jackson's funeral like broadcasted too? But I remember, I think it was private though. I think his shit was private.
intentionally killed the princess swirled. In response, the Metropolitan Police launched Operation Paget to determine if any might have truth to them. Eventually, Operation Paget examined 175 theories.
Y'all think Michael Jackson was killed too?
While we can't look into all 175 theories, it's time to check out some of the most prevalent theories surrounding the death of Diana, Princess of Wales. Our first theory is that the driver, Henry Paul, was paid by security forces in either France or the UK to intentionally crash the car. This comes from reports that Paul seemingly had much more money than his salary could explain. Despite making only $35,000 a year, Paul had nearly $250,000 in his bank account and a significant amount of cash on him at the time of his death. The physical evidence, however, points not to malice, but recklessness. The day after the crash,
you don't need to drive like that just cause some so what, they get a couple pictures or whatever the case may be. She was driving away from paparazzi her damn self. She didn't crash.
Authorities announced Paul's blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit, implying it was drunk driving, not an intended assassination that caused the crash. Conspiracy theorists tried to argue that Paul's body was swapped out with a drunk person to give the crash some cover. Skeptics also point to reports that no one saw Paul acting drunk, despite the large amount of alcohol in his system.
Sounds like he was drunk.
Sure sounds like he was drunk. I gotta say, it seems like an Olympic stretch, if you ask me, to think, yeah, let's intentionally crash this car while making myself drunk. I'll fly through the window, but I'm gonna survive.
I'll be fine.
I'll be okay.
Hey, we'll pay you a lot of money to die. Sounds good. It's heaven bucks.
Yeah.
Some niggas,
that redeem these in the afterlife?
But they can't even make fun of that because some niggas actually will die to kill someone else. They will crash out just to kill someone else. They probably didn't even like her for real.
People can be too drunk, like they say, like, don't drive when you're buzzed, when you're even buzzed. The thought of getting behind a wheel having had like a drop of alcohol has always terrified me.
That's true.
So for a person to be even buzzed and getting behind the wheel, very bad. Don't do that. Don't do it. But I'm saying that like someone who doesn't appear outwardly like, whoa, I'm blasted.
Yeah.
They're still impaired and they could still drive terribly.
Do you know who's a poor judge of whether or not someone's drunk? People who are drunk at a party.
Yeah, also true. Oh, good point.
Kind of like the Haley Joel Osment thing.
Niggas die for money. Niggas die for clout nowadays, bro. What the fuck? Nigga, it don't matter, bro. It could have been so many different situations, bro. Like, nigga. Niggas die for free. Niggas will take another life, risking their life for free, bro.
But the crazy thing about dead people is they don't know they're dead.
Oh.
Kind of thing.
Sure.
Our second conspiracy theory is that Diana was killed by the British state because she was supposedly pregnant with Al Fayed's child. This theory is spearheaded by Al Fayed's father, Mohammed Al Fayed, who in 2008 told the British Royal Courts of Justice why he was convinced of this narrative. Mohammed argues that the royal family would never accept the idea of
Whatever he say is right. I ain't gonna cap.
Dodi, an Egyptian Muslim, possibly being the stepfather of the eventual King of England, and thus plotted to kill Diana, and therefore the alleged half-sibling to the princes gestating inside her.
Now, for this to be true, the royal family would have to be racist.
Yes.
And they are. They
would have to have blood on their hands.
And they do. They eat kids.
Yes.
Interesting. I don't know. Seems like a pretty tall order to believe that one. And this is, look, hey, America, are we without sin? No.
No.
Anyone who's that high up in a national level, either directly or indirectly, they're murderers.
Okay, I don't know if you could say that, but yes, you kind of.
Imperialism? They've got bones all over the globe.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Do I think they put out a...
Nobody can't unconvince me that old ass motherfucking bitch don't eat babies, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you from the UK, you met her yourself. Somebody is getting blood from somebody, nigga. Them motherfuckers is vampire. Ain't no way she ain't had no goddamn stroke yet. Come on now. Are you fucking crazy? What? That's like, bro, think about it, bro. How has Magic Johnson survived AIDS? The nigga has money. Not only do they have money, they have power. It's something we don't fucking know about. It's not that fucking simple. It's not that hard to think about, bro. They been on some shit. It's something, bro. They probably know what's in Area 51, bro. For all I fucking know.
Hit on her.
No bullshit. I'm being dead
In the
ass.
weeks before her death, some newspapers actually began to speculate that Diana was pregnant.
You can't cap. That makes sense, though, right? That makes sense. That makes sense. You can't cap. You can't cap. It makes sense. I heard Magic AIDS was a publicity stunt. I ain't gonna... No, nah. For real, though? When you really think about it... when you put it like that, it make you think for real. Think about it though. HIV, not AIDS. Niggas die from HIV though, right? You're right. AIDS is like, cause when I was thinking about, I'm thinking about like Freddie Mercury, Eazy-E. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't know. HIV is treatable, dumbass. I'm getting them mixed up. I thought they was the same thing. HIV not curable. Do y'all know what y'all saying two different things, bro? Y'all confusing the fuck out of me. Don't speak out too much.
Especially after the princess made comments about a
Niggas
quote,
gonna pull up in a
big
black
surprise. Casting doubt on this theory, however, is the fact that Diana was not pregnant. Her post-mortem examination and further blood tests all concluded Diana was not pregnant, and people close to the princess note that her menstrual cycle was normal at the time, she was using contraception, and she had never mentioned a pregnancy to anyone.
I will say that I have a lot of very close Egyptian friends, and they have also said that when they found out that I was going to do this episode, they said that the Egyptian community at large does very much believe that the royal family did not.
HIV is the virus and AIDS is the disease. HIV turns into AIDS. What the fuck is chat talking about? Thank you, bro. I knew I wasn't tripping. Niggas just fucking dumb. So you can get it treated before it turns into AIDS. Thank you, smart niggas in the chat. Because I don't know why I'm listening to a bunch of fucking 14-year-olds that don't even go outside anymore and sit on fucking TikTok all day. Fucking idiots. Then niggas try to criticize me and critique me saying I'm a dumbass when I'm asking the question. Fuck.
Like Diana dating an Egyptian man, which is not hard to believe.
Not hard to believe at all.
CBH.
Fully justifiable opinion.
I agree with that.
Based on facts and, not saying, hey, they for sure killed her, but
I'm the smartest person here.
the motivations are certainly there.
Yeah, because if she marries him, now they have to bring him into the house, the big house, and that's, I guess, a no-go. So
Well, someone from the royal family recently married a person of color. How did that go?
we could look into that.
Okay.
I could have my team look into that.
I'd love the details on that.
Another theory surrounding the princess's death is that her medical care was intentionally sabotaged.
That's facts.
This theory took root after reports emerged that Diana was treated at the scene by emergency crews before being transported to a hospital. Had she been taken to a hospital before treatment began, skeptics argue, perhaps she could have been saved. This theory appears rooted in differences between UK and French emergency protocols.
Hey, bro, think about it. That crash, they probably inspected that crash, seen her, and then said, ugh, Princess Diana, not this bitch. And just probably, like, fucked with a whole bunch of shit. Like, bro, that's what they did to Martin Luther King? Oh, Martin Luther King, not this nigga. But with the hard R, though. Not this nigga. Hospital. Please take him to the hospital and kill him. Like I feel like they did that shit.
While the UK prioritizes getting injured victims to a hospital as quickly as possible, French emergency crews are trained to give treatment on the scene before transporting a person to the hospital. This theory would also require a large amount of expert doctors and caregivers to break their ethical vow.
Nigga, MLK got shot in the head, dumbass. No, Gunzar, that's what they want you to believe. You fell for the white person's trick. That's what they teach you. It's not what really happened. It's what they want you to believe, sir. He did? Oh, Gunsar. Oh, yeah. You was just there at the hotel. You did the autopsy. You did the autopsy. You laid him to rest. You seen the bullet go through his head. Yeah. My bad. My bad. My bad. You was there. You was there. I'm sorry. Damn, bro. You was there. My fault. He did not die from the gunshot, bro. He did not die from the gunshot. They have records of it. They also have records lying on black people's names saying they raped white women. Look at Emmett Till, nigga! Saying that, killing him for saying he whistled and shit. The fuck? You not making sense. That don't make sense.
As well as lie about doing so. Most doctors also agree that no matter the treatment, it would have been practically impossible for Diana to survive her injuries. In 2019, Britain's top forensic pathologist, Dr. Richard Shepherd, revealed that the final cause of Diana's death was a badly placed tear in a vein in her lung. According to Dr. Shepherd, quote, "Her specific injury is so rare that in my entire career, I don't believe I've seen another," end quote.
I guess conspiracy theorists are pointing to the idea that if she had been taken to the hospital, she could have survived, but they, I guess, intentionally treated her on the scene to prevent that from happening, which is wild.
It's worth taking the word of conspiracy theorists over doctors, I think. Yeah.
Especially when
many people in America also believe that.
That is true. Have you been on Twitter? Dr. Shepherd, by the way, did say that it was incredibly rare, and that also, as unfortunate as it was, it could have been prevented had she just been wearing a seatbelt.
I mean, a good takeaway.
By the way, she wasn't wearing a seatbelt because she was trying to duck the paparazzi at the time.
Our final conspiracy theory is the only
bro, I love Black history way too much, bro. It's just like, you can't argue with me about that, because even if it's like when you argue with me about that shit, it's like you siding with the folks that did us the wrong way forever, bro. It's just like, I just can't fuck with it, bro. Especially when I know my shit. I just cannot fuck with that, bro. Like, I can't, bro. I just can't do it. It's like, bro, you siding with people that done put lies on our names, made us out to be the worst of the worst, bro. Saying like, okay, Gunstar, how do you think you're right though? That's the thing. It has been proven the nigga was suffocated in a hospital. Niggas have went back and found that shit out. You are from New York. You saying stop chatting. You don't even know what you talking about. The King, thank you. The King family went to court and won the trial. You are just reading shit from a history book, dumb dickhead. What are you talking about? Nigga retarded.
one that has a ring of truth to it, that Diana predicted her own untimely death. 10 months before her death, Diana gave a letter to a former butler for safekeeping. In the letter, she wrote, quote, "This particular phase in my life is the most dangerous."
See, now I know why the white man always on top, bro. God damn. Niggas never want to believe a black man. Fuck. I hope you. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hope you not black, bro. No bullshit. I hope you not, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I hope you not, bro.
Redacted is planning an accident in my car, brake failure, and serious head injury in order to make the path clear for Charles to marry. End quote. On April 9th.
I'm black nigga, then that's just sad, boy. We lost you. I'm African. We lost you, my boy. We lost you. And so, hey.
2005.
I'm not a trusted source at all, and I'm not saying I'm the source, but it's plenty of research and there's plenty of sources out there for you to do your own research, like I did, like how I found out, like how other people were educating other people for them to find out that he did not die from the gunshot. I'm just giving down what I know and what I seen myself from research to y'all. But if you're going to deny that and you think, oh yeah, he died from the gunshot, this is down the third, then cool. If you're going to go deep into the research and you read and you actually, then you'll see. But okay. Go look into the court case. Go look into all that shit.
Years after Diana's death, Prince Charles married.
That's what I'm saying. It's so obvious. Why don't you think about it? A nigga in the chat just said the CIA was trying to kill MLK and Malcolm X. It's obvious. Now what? Black man lives from a gunshot. Oh, the nigga is causing havoc in our fucking towns. He's doing these marches. He is fighting for black rights. Can't have that. This nigga want to share the same water fountain. Suffocate him. Come on, bro.
Parker Bowles, who is now Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cornwall.
That's weird. I mean, there's no way around that one. That one is weird. I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
It could very well be a coincidence. I think it's very.
Hey, D.O. Kim, get the fuck out of my chat.
Where she is not on great terms
Pussy nigga.
with his family, probably a little paranoid about her own well-being. So I feel like it all stacks up. And by that I mean, she clearly predicted that, like, oh, it's not going to go well for me. But I don't know that it was orchestrated.
I'm just pointing out the obvious and undeniable fact that it's weird for someone to put in writing the exact method of how they would die.
Did her break?
Tonight, our nation celebrates one of its most inspirational leaders and activists by honoring the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. We know all that he came and dealt with racial fairness and lost his life in that fight. But did you know that there are investigations that have gone on about how actually he died? See, most of us think that we know exactly how he died, how he was shot, and it was an open and shut case. Well, guess what? This is an amazing tale that you're about to hear from Michelle Greenstein about what has been uncovered regarding his death. I'm gonna hand it to you and let you take it away, because in my conversations with you thus far, I have been drop-jawed listening to you.
And so was I. I actually spoke earlier today to Dr. William Pepper. He actually, on behalf of Coretta Scott King and the King family, filed a civil suit in the case of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. Now, this is the only trial that's ever been held about this assassination, because, as we know, James Earl Ray, after he pled guilty, meant there was no trial. So this is the only trial that's ever been held. Now, we're all familiar with the official story of this lone gunman, right, in '67.
James Earl Ray shot him.
You know, he was in jail for armed robbery. He somehow escaped.
Admitted to it.
Right. But what's interesting is that he pled guilty, but he didn't confess. And actually, in these court transcripts, he says over and over, I did not confess to killing King. And he says he only did so because he feared for his life. He and William Pepper told me that the only reason James pled guilty is because it was the only way to save his life. Now, he did this as a last resort, and he was actually told by his lawyer, Percy Foreman, that he should take the guilty plea because that's how he was going to get a new lawyer. So he saw this as his only way to get rid of this bad lawyer and get a new lawyer. And interestingly enough, he filed for an appeal days afterward and tried to get a new trial. So like I said, I spoke to Dr. Pepper earlier today. Here's what he had to say about the way Dr. Martin Luther King was actually killed.
Wow.
He wasn't killed from the bullet that hit him on the balcony. He was taken to the St. Joseph's Hospital, and he was killed in the emergency room of St. Joseph's Hospital by the chief of neurosurgery, Dr. Breen Bland, who came in when they were all working on him in the emergency room, and he said, "Get out of here, let that die." And as they moved out of the room, the last one out was a surgical nurse, Lolll May Shelby. And when she heard them gathering up spit in their lungs to spit on Martin's body lying on a bed there, then she saw Dr. Bland take the catheters out of Martin's body and take the pillow from under his head and put it over his face and suffocate him. And that's how Martin King died. That's how he was really assassinated. Now, he might have died anyway from the bullet wounds, but he didn't. He was still alive and still breathing. The chief neurosurgeon, he intervened and he made sure that death would result.
Wow.
Right? My jaw was on the floor. Now, Dr. Pepper knows this because the son of the nurse, Lolll May Shelby, who died, but before she died told her family, the son of this nurse told Dr. Pepper under oath. And when Dr. Pepper confronted a member of the Dixie Mafia, he said, yes, this happened, and actually that the chief of surgery was their family doctor, and that 3 weeks before the assassination, he visited them and said, hey, if the bullet doesn't kill him, make sure he goes to St. Joseph's, because we will make sure that he dies. Now, let's talk about this case, okay? This was the civil suit in 1999 where Pepper represented the King family, and that really made the family feel like they had closure, and like I said, it was the only trial ever held. The Memphis jury in this case decided that local, state, and federal governments were liable for King's death, and that this was a real conspiracy, a conspiracy between the U.S. military, the Memphis PD, and Dixie Mafia, these crime figures in Memphis, Tennessee.
Make-A-Wish kids ask, is Shorty still alive? I'm pretty fucking sure. This is not the 1960s, dumb fuck. This is 2012. I think this is it.
Just for the audience,
right?
This is a civil case that was brought, much like the O.J. case,
right? Where
they couldn't find him guilty here, but finally, when a civil jury heard it, they came out with a
conviction. It was the only trial, yes, and there was 30 days of trial, and over 70 witnesses were heard. And Dr. Pepper told me earlier today that
it's not even about it's not even about proving the point. It's just about educating people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to explain myself. I don't need to explain myself to nobody. I just want to educate y'all, you know, because it's like people don't know about this shit. Like, they really don't. And like, people will come on here and say Martin Luther King got assassinated by and the gunshot killed him. Like, and people will only show love to black people during Black History Month. But I'm here to let y'all know that that's not the only time that you have to learn about black history or how people passed away, when the truth gets twisted all the time. That's it, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? That's fine, because I just wanted you to know, like, it was way deeper than what you thought it was. You feel me?
Brakes go out?
No, they didn't go brake failure. You're right. That's true. It wasn't brake failure. It was an accident, though, in a car.
Debunked.
Because school don't
and we don't know who the
redacted
shit. Person is.
I don't know. She shouldn't have redacted it.
I don't think she redacted it. I don't think that's how it works.
I see.
Diana's worries about being murdered were exacerbated by the fact that she believed her former bodyguard and lover, Barry Manicky, was similarly assassinated in a car crash. In 2004, NBC aired a video featuring Diana talking about her affair with Manicky, describing him as, quote, the greatest love I've ever had. It was all found out, and he was chucked out. Then he was killed. I think he was bumped off.
The greatest love I've ever had, it was all found out, and he was chucked out. Then he was killed. Oh my God.
End quote.
Yeah. So obviously, like you were saying, she was very suspicious, rightfully so. I guess you could leave it at that.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably terrified for her own life.
Yeah. I still tend to believe dude was hammered. He was driving a car. Don't do that.
Can't be doing it.
I could see why this would get the gears turning.
They did not want her to
all
be
the
happy,
conspiracy
bro.
theorists out there.
Sure.
Firing up their engines, they say.
Yeah. If something tragic happens to me, you know, even if it is very suspicious, don't even bother talking about it. just move past it. Talk about my, how much I loved my funny little cat and Sarah. And Sarah, sorry I put Obi first there.
But then conspiracy theorists will say that you were being coerced to say, don't look into my suspicious
It's
death.
the government. If they see anybody that goes against them and their power, they will take them off the map and cover it up like it never happened, and One Piece even drop hints about it in the show.
Into your suspicious death.
One Piece.
Conspiracy theorists are a bunch of fucking losers.
Damn.
After examining 175 different theories surrounding Princess Diana's death,
Bruce,
Operation Paget
the court case was
concluded
not about this at all. The court case was a lawsuit about how Martin's wife believed that the killer wasn't really the killer. The suffocation thing is a conspiracy. There is no evidence to back that up. That is all.
none had any basis in reality, determining the crash was, after all, a tragic accident. Diana was beloved the world over, both as an advocate for the sick and oppressed and as a role model for women everywhere. In her 1995 interview with the BBC, Diana
Jackson
tried
really
to
died.
explain the antagonism she'd face while
This is like, I'm off that though. Like, now, like, when you get into how people really died, it's really, like, crazy because people believe, like, it's, they natural way, da-da-da-da. It's like a deep subject to get into.
No evidence? Nigga, were you watching the same video he showed us? Are you dumb?
But it's just like, bro, it's just like, come on, bro. It's like, you weren't alive in the 60s. None of us were. I hope fucking not, because I'm cursing like shit, and I respect my elders. But, bro, you wasn't alive in the 60s. Nigga, the way you getting treated right now as a black person or whatever the case may be, nigga, that's 1,000 times better than what the fuck they was getting treated back then. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, bro. They couldn't even go into the same fucking movie theater, restaurant, hospital as white people. What make you think that they was gonna treat the fucking black leader who just got shot, trying to lead black people to fucking freedom, to have rights? Come on, bro. Make the shit make sense. Add it up in your fucking head. That don't make sense. They was against everything we did, bro. Everything we did. If you were black, they was against you coming out the womb, nigga. They didn't even want you to be born.
Y'all talking about all this while whole time I like boys.
It's just, and that's okay, but it's just like common sense, bro. Like, it's common sense. Like, bro, I'm telling you, you really don't learn in school, nigga. I could be, like, this is the most real shit ever, bro. I done learned way more from YouTube than school. And I honestly see school turning into YouTube. They probably gonna put college classes on that bitch, like, in the future, bro. No bullshit.
They wasn't letting black people in hospitals in the first place. You think they was gonna save the one trying to change that's life?
Exactly, bro. They had hits on this nigga, bro. Like, that nigga was him and Malcolm X. Nigga, what they do to Malcolm X? Man, what?
part of
They did him worse shit. Either way, they both died, bro. They wanted that nigga. What? Didn't they he died like the shotgun, like they came in while he was making a speech. They wanted to prove a
point. I didn't say you were wrong, but I didn't say you were right either. Google is a quick search chat, just dick sucking cause it's you.
I don't want them to
swear
do
it's
that.
war when you disagree with a streamer.
No, I don't want them to do that. That's not what I want them to do. I want them to know that the truth that the white people told back then isn't the truth.
What's the best theory you believe
You don't
in
have to
most?
agree with me. I believe in what I believe, bro, and that's what I believe. Y'all don't have to agree with me. Y'all believe in whatever the fuck y'all want to believe, whatever you think happy. If you think he died to a gunshot, so be it, bro. But it's points and proven facts.
The schools taught that my people, Native Americans, all died off when they tried commit genocide on us. The Trail of Tears made everyone, including women and elders, to walk until they died.
Like, bro,
I love you, Bruce.
It's just, bro, I'm black, nigga. I done seen the shit. I experienced fucking the racism myself. So it's just like the way that they treated people back then. I don't I'm not putting it past me that they would do
School
some shit
really
like
lied
that.
about so many historical events just sway people's minds.
Like, you know what I'm
Niggas
saying?
make Egyptian pharaohs look like 35-year-old white
And if you're
dudes
not
named
black, you
Tot.
can't speak on it, bro. You have no fucking, you know what I'm saying? You just can't. And it's not a bad thing that you can't.
Char is fucking brain dead and our sheep.
But what you
Good
believe
night,
don't
Bruce
matter
Sheep, teaching
because
these
your people
niggas.
told lies and killed our people and had people with hits, and the FBI was getting away with these murders, going into Fred Hampton house, shooting his shit up, getting him out of here. Know what I'm saying? So what make you think, oh, the nigga probably did survive and they killed him in the hospital, when he's telling a nigga that knows the family, the fucking the nurse son. Like, it's so much proof, but it just get debutted with all this shit. Bro, he died to a gunshot to the head. It's crazy, bro.
Royal family.
Just woke up
Quote,
from a coma
I
when
think
the band
every strong
screamed.
woman in history has to walk down a similar path. And I think it's the strength that causes the confusion and the fear. Why is she strong? Where does she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going
Why
to?
would the nurse son know though? Because they just said that under oath that she told them what happened.
Shout out to my native watchers. Spam 1 if you native.
Under oath, bro. Like, you don't need, it's no reason for a black person to lie under oath in court in the 60s. In the fucking 60s? Why would a black person in court lie under oath in the 60s? When they fighting for their rights.
Here in Texas, Bozo Greg Abbott passed the Critical Race Theory Bill, which aims to restrict how race and history are taught in schools, basically limiting black history in the classroom even more than it already is.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know why this is such a touchy subject with some people. It's just like, bro.
How can you believe American textbooks when white people run America? Any black history in those textbooks
Like,
is
this not
irrelevant.
even this not even
If you go to Haiti, their black history is completely different.
I don't even know how this is like a debate or anything, bro. It's just like, it shouldn't be a debate. It shouldn't be no debate.
It's an evil world we live in, Mr. Bruce. It's an evil world.
The fact that people try to like be like, oh well, that's not true exactly, and then they be like goddamn 17 years old saying some shit like that, bro. Like, you can't even fucking like you're not even legal
From
yet,
Saudi
bro.
Arabia, everybody here loves Princess Diana on my mama, but last me and family went to UK, we was getting eyeballed. I swear there's a lot of Islamophobia in Europe. Fuck
It's like,
racism,
bro,
love you, bro.
It's no debate about it, bro. It's really not.
use it?
The only proof that we have are the people that were actually there telling the story.
Bro, school watered down slavery like crazy too, but I heard MLK had a hose toe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck would we believe your word over theirs? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just common fucking sense, and people don't have it.
Chat spam 4 if you like boys. Also, Ricky, we
End
both
quote.
know hell better
Unfortunately,
than New York, so fuck
in the
you,
case
nigga.
of Diana, Princess of Wales, the answer to those questions will remain unsolved.
Could you watch the short vid on YouTube about the death of Fred Hampton or one about COINTELPRO?
While it
This
is
why we
tragic
need
that
critical
getting
race
entangled in
theory
the royal
schools.
family did
People really
ultimately
don't
lead
know.
to her death, it was because of that royal family entanglement that she was given the platform to be a role model to women all around the world. And she used that platform to be a philanthropist and help people as opposed to tearing them down. So
I
if there is
didn't
something to
say you
focus
were
on,
wrong.
I would focus
All
on
I
that.
said was the court case evidence was credible. I'm black, I know the government be behind shit. I was just talking about that specific piece of evidence.
Let's dismantle the monarchy. Who needs it? The fact that it was revolutionary for her to be kind
That's
is
true.
really something to chew on, huh?
That is true.
American will try to hide its racist past,
Anyway,
and they
so
are
that's what
very
we're
good at
doing.
hiding what they have done to us Hispanics, like gassing us at the border. The US has never wanted to see minorities be equal.
It's facts. It's facts. And taking Hispanic And just fucking up Hispanic families in general, bro.
Source, I was there, bro, trust me.
In general, bro, taking people away from their families, thinking that shit cool and okay just because they trying to make a better life for their families or whatever the case may be, and you just want to take them away from their family because they came here illegally. But all the white folk that came here illegally ain't did shit to them. They ain't extort them and put them in cages and take their kids and do all sorts of shit like that to them. But when somebody that's darker than you do it, then it's wrong. Okay, cool. Right. And that's my stance on that forever. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't give a fuck how you, I don't give a fuck if you, bro, so what? They coming here illegally, nigga. So what? Y'all doing illegal shit all the time and sweeping it under the rug. You know what I'm saying? Shit's so stupid to me, bro. I hate that. I hate that shit. I hate it. And there's no debate on that. It's no debate on that. Leave it at that. It's no debate on that at all. There's no debating on that at all. It's not. I'm sorry. It's just not.
For my young niggas in Char, you'll need to watch Malcolm X with Denzel Washington.
It's no debating on that. It's no, oh, well, they're coming here. Why can't they just get this? Some people don't. Some people, they probably can't even read in English. They don't have the fucking sources to get that, resources to get that. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They just don't.
They don't fuck with black people anywhere. Middle Eastern countries be racist as fuck too.
They just don't, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has resources to shit. And sometimes they don't give them the resources to the shit to get it. So it's just not
You
fair.
saw that the white woman that said Emmett Till whistled at her said she lied. She ain't received no type of punishment at all.
Bro, nah, let's watch a video on that. Let's watch a video on that. I could debate you on that easily, but it's no debating on that. If you debating me on that, then what is your stance on that?
Remember, history is always written by the victors.
What
and
is
the
your?
victors
It's
of
obvious.
America
It's
were white
obvious
folk
where your
from
stand
Europe.
on that is. If you feel the need that you have to debate me on Hispanic people coming to our country or wherever the fuck they coming from to make a better life for themselves and their kids, it ain't no debating on that. When they ain't fucking with nobody else, they ain't, bro. All that politics and shit, all that, oh, they taking our jobs, and shut the fuck up, nigga. You ain't got no job, no way.
When I was in the third
You ain't
grade,
looking
I
for no
thought
job,
I
no
was
way.
because I could draw.
Most of these
My
loser
uncle
ass
was, and I
niggas saying
kept my
that shit
room
is on their
straight. I
couch
told my
drinking
mom,
Mountain Dew,
tears
bro.
rushing down my face.
Saying that
She's
shit
like,
from a
"Ben,
fucking
you've loved
a
girls
Twitter
since
profile
before
page with a
3K."
Confederate flag as they background. You niggas ain't looking for no job, no way. Them folks coming here to work, nigga, and they big coming here to work. Stop playing with them.
LOL,
What
how
the
did
fuck?
Christopher Columbus discover America?
Niggas
If
is
niggas was
stupid.
already here, fucking joke.
Nigga, Hispanics is some of the most hardest working people ever, nigga. I don't never see no goddamn, bro. Stop, bro. Just stop, bro. Ain't no debating it. That's what I'm telling you. Ain't no debating it. If you trying to debate it, then I don't even want to talk to you because I already know what type of person you is. There's no debating it, bro.
Black history is taught in America. Slavery bad. Harriet Tubman. Civil rights movement. Rosa Parks gets off of bus. MLK good but gets shot. Malcolm X bad gets shot. Now racism is over, yay.
I'm not drunk. I don't talk like this when I'm drunk, bro.
As a Latino, I personally want to invite you to the carne asada.
Bro, and yeah, it's some bad apples. It's bad apples in every bunch. It's bad apples in black people, fucking Hispanic people. Every nigga, ain't nobody perfect. But my whole thing is you can't stop them from doing what your people done did for years.
To a whitey, should I rethink?
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that just because they darker than you. It's bad apples in every fucking race. It don't matter what fucking color you is. It's a bad apple in every bunch.
I hate racism. Where I'm from we have a saying, people are equal like the teeth of a comb. Racist people suck my dick, ugly ass bitches, fuck you.
It's just, bro, my whole thing is, and that's where I come back to this thing, like, and this is like what I always say, and it pisses people off because it's so true. You know what I'm saying?
For all the dickheads that be acting like this shit centuries old, you all should know the bitch that got Emmett Till killed is still alive.
My whole thing is, man, I think about this shit every day. I ain't gonna care, bro. I sit, I hard and long sitting on my bed and thinking, how can I be racist to a white person? Like, real shit. How? Like, how? I sit long. I'm talking about hand on my face. How? And
donations.
You can't.
Donations.
You can't.
Niggas don't even hide racism no
It
more.
is fucking
Donald Trump straight up said stop
impossible.
letting them Haitians in here, they got AIDS.
It's
I'm half
impossible,
Dominican,
bro.
half black. We also got people like Candace Owens who give white people fuel to their fire.
None of the words don't, bro.
I
It's
swear I hate
impossible.
and don't get racism, like we're all human at the end of the day.
All these, it's bro. It's impossible, bro. You cannot sit here and tell me that you can, bro. It's just no, bro. No, bro. The word cracker, you know where that comes from? Them cracking the fuck out of our backs. That's where that word came from. That's not racist.
Bruce, I'm a white American and I do not claim what my people did. Please stop including me in what they did. I wasn't even alive. We all bleed the same.
You can't, bro. And I know, and it ain't no point for people to get fucking like mad, bro. It's like y'all have no reason to be mad that y'all can't, that y'all are not being oppressed, bro. That is a good thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I had to say on that. Like, that's all I had to say.
You can't be racist towards white people because they can never be oppressed. End of fucking story.
Thank you. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's it, bro. That's it. And it's like, I don't have anything against nobody, bro. I don't care. But my whole thing is, bro, people always say that shit to me, but it's just like, they try to debate me down this shit down to the grave, bro.
If you call a white person a cracker, they got a comeback that's 100 times better. It's no winning.
It's just, it's like, it was like, I think it was like probably like last stream, and I said something. Niggas was calling me racist, and it was like, what?
Mods, we putting your ass to the test tonight.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't really talk like this because people get weird, and then people be like, "Oh, he think black people better than this shit." You're damn right. You're damn right, nigga. I do. I fucking do.
Bruce,
I wholeheartedly do.
Guys, there are so
I
many
do,
ignorant
nigga.
people. Just sad.
I do. I wholeheartedly do. I wholeheartedly do, because I'm in a situation now where I see it's way harder for a black person to thrive in anything. When I got of age to start realizing that, then that's when I got in the motherfucking fuck the books. That's when I got into the internet. Fuck that. That's when I got into the internet and did my own research and then figured out shit for myself. Not what other people wanted to teach me and told me to flip this page, flip that page. And when you do that, and I feel like most ignorant people that are racist don't do that. They don't care to, because they feel like they right all the time about every single thing. And I ain't got no problems with y'all. I wasn't alive in the 1800s, in the 1600s. I don't give a fuck. But it's just that I'm not gonna sit here and have this platform and not speak on shit that my folks don't went through. You know what I'm saying?
Let's not talk about we invented most of these high-paying jobs we used to do for free.
That, bro, it's just like, it's triggering to me. This is the only thing that really get me triggered, bro. I didn't say I hate white people, bro. See, you stop, bro. Y'all folks so good at twisting folks' words and shit. When have that ever came out of my mouth? You see what I'm saying?
Okay, relax. I disagree. Racism applies to all races. If you say I don't like you because you're white, that's racist. I'm just being honest.